Coming up on the show this evening, local online car insurance company MCL InsureTech are set to launch a game-changing advancement in driving safety. We're going to talk to Gary McClarty about that in just a second. Before we do, let's take a look at some of the road accident statistics in Northern Ireland from January to June this year, and this information comes in from the PSNI. So there have been 2,344 collisions recorded, 35 fatalities, 387 people seriously injured, and 3,199 people slightly injured. That's the latest statistics. Let's chat to Gary McClarty now, who is the MD of MCL InsureTech. Gary, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So, of course, recently we had Road Safety Week. So, first of all, how important is Road Safety Week to the community as a whole then?
Well, I think we've seen over the Christmas period, well, not the Christmas period, but over the winter, the number of road accidents has increased in Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. The number of accidents compared to the same period last year is on the increase. So after many years of accidents falling, the trend seems to be reversing, so we need something to try and turn these figures around.
Now, we've discovered from the latest data that road deaths in Northern Ireland have actually risen by 12% this year, which is quite a big amount, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is a big increase, and I think the other thing is, obviously we're coming out of COVID. The roads were a lot quieter. The roads are now getting back to normal, and we were seeing the accident frequency starting to creep up again.
And of course, we've seen some horrendous road deaths on the news in the past few weeks and months, haven't we?
Yeah. I mean, it's horrendous, and road deaths in particular. I mean, they can be avoided if people, take care, drive sensibly. These are lives which are needlessly lost.
Now, when I'm out and about, I see it all the time. People still driving dangerously on the roads, especially when there's bad weather, when there's flooding and stuff. Why do people not just slow down? It's something I can't understand.
Yeah, I witness that as well when I'm driving sometimes, and it's a surprise to me as it is much to you. And you see wet roads, especially in autumn time now, where there's leaves on the roads, are going to be slippier. Your braking distance is going to be much longer. I think one of the problems as well is that modern cars they feel like a little cocoon that you're in them. They're very quiet, they're very safe, and maybe it gives people a false sense of security that they think that if you're doing 30 or 40 miles an hour that you cannot be harmed. But we do know that if you hit an object at that speed, it can be fatal.
So tell us about this latest technology then that you guys are working with.
Well, our young driver product, as it says, targeted young drivers. We fit a box to the vehicle. It's like a black box that would be in an aircraft, for instance. So what it does is it monitors all the key driving dynamics, such as your acceleration, cornering, lateral movement, braking, and of course, speeding. We also look at the sort of roads that you drive on, the time of day that you drive. And what we then do is we take all of that information and we build an algorithm. And we cross-reference that with all of the claims data that we've received. And we've got 455 million kilometers of data on Irish roads, north and south. And then we use all of that with all of the accidents that we have had over the last 5-6 years to build an algorithm which it gives us some form of predictability of if somebody's at risk of having an accident. So the lower the score, the more chance that someone would be involved in an accident.
So we talked about these huge figures at the moment. How do we reduce these figures then?
Well, I think the product that we've had great results with it since we've introduced it. We've just introduced it in Northern Ireland, but we've had it in the Republic of Ireland since 2013. We launched the product there. We've spent a lot of time building up an awful lot of information. And in that time, the frequency of accidents has fallen by at least 27%. The bodily injury proportion of those accidents, which is the fatal part of it, has fallen by 48%. So we've seen great results since we started to feed back the algorithm to the customers, let them know their score and how they can improve that score. And within those figures, that drop has certainly saved a number of lives when you take the number of the number of accidents that would have been fatal within that frequency.
So we're talking about the big numbers of road accidents this year. Who are we talking about who's causing these accidents? Are we talking about young drivers?
Well, if you look at the frequency of accidents, yes, young drivers definitely have a much higher frequency. Traditionally, But what we're seeing now, especially with we've got more experience in the Republic of Ireland, is that we're bringing that frequency level down to very close to what you would expect across the board from mature drivers. So it is definitely having an impact there. And hopefully in Northern Ireland with Get Set Go and the It's for Women brand that we have, that we can replicate that success here as well. We need a little bit of intervention. We started off with a frequency level, and then as we started to intervene, feedback how people drive. Also, if they break the speed limit, let them aware that they've broken the speed limit, and we've seen great results from that.
Well, if people want some more information, or indeed if they want to get one of these black boxes fitted, where do they go to for that?
Well, with one of our brands, getsetgo.co.uk or the itsforwomen.co.uk brand, if someone puts in their information and they're suitable for that product, it will automatically quote them that product, and then the box would be automatically, we would fit the box as soon as the policy is sold.
Well, Gary, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Pleasure. Thank you.